Imagine, if you will, hatching a Celebi from an egg. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? Well, thanks to a mind-bending glitch discovered by dedicated Pokemon fans, you can do just that in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Today, we'll delve into the story of how this game-changing glitch was uncovered, and show you, the viewer, how to do it for yourself. Now you might be wondering, what's the big deal about Celebi? Well, this little green time-traveling Pokemon is pretty special. It's what we call an event Pokemon, which means it's exceedingly rare and usually only available through special promotions. But with this glitch, you can get your hands on one without having to attend an official event. But this glitch wasn't just stumbled upon by accident. It took a lot of hard work and dedication from some seriously clever Pokemon fans to figure it out. We're going to take you on a journey through their discovery, step by step. We'll start from when this glitch was first documented, and work our way up to the present day. So, are you ready to learn how to hatch a legend? Let's get started with the story of the Celebi egg glitch. It all started with a dedicated Pokemon fan named Paco81, who made groundbreaking discoveries at a website called Glitch City Laboratories. This online community was a hub for Pokemon glitch hunters, and Paco81's work there laid the foundation for what would become known as the Celebi glitch, or Celebi trick. In the early stages of discovery, Paco81 and other fans were piecing together bits of information, trying to make sense of a complex series of in-game events. They knew something unusual was happening, but the full picture wasn't clear yet. It was like solving a puzzle without knowing what the final image should look like. One of the key pieces of this puzzle was the concept of index numbers in Pokemon games. If you're not familiar with index numbers, they're like secret codes the game uses to keep track of different Pokemon, moves, and items. Think of them as ID tags that the game uses behind the scenes. Here's where it gets interesting though. Celebi and the move Beat Up share the same index number, 251. This shared number is crucial to how the glitch works. It's like Celebi and Beat Up are wearing the same name tag, and under certain conditions, the game gets confused about which one it's supposed to be dealing with. But knowing about the shared index number was just the beginning. The glitch hunters still had a lot of questions. How could they use this information to actually obtain Celebi? What other factors were at play? And most importantly, how could they make it happen consistently? As Paco81 and others continued their investigation, they realized that a specific type of Pokemon egg was key to making the glitch work. But this wasn't just any ordinary egg. It had to be created under very particular circumstances. The egg discovery was a major breakthrough, but also raised new questions. What made this egg special? How exactly did it interact with the shared index number of Celebi and Beat Up? And once they had the egg, what were the next steps to actually hatch a Celebi? These questions drove the glitch hunters to dig deeper, experimenting with different combinations of Pokemon, moves, and in-game actions. Each new discovery brought them closer to understanding the full scope of the glitch. It's worth noting that this process of discovery wasn't a solo effort. While Paco81 played a crucial role, The Pokemon glitch hunting community as a whole contributed to uncovering the intricacies of the Celebi egg glitch. It was a collaborative effort, with different people adding pieces to the puzzle until the full picture emerged. This collaborative aspect is part of what makes the Celebi egg glitch so fascinating. It's not just about the end result of hatching a Celebi, but also about the journey of discovery. It shows how a community of dedicated fans can come together to uncover hidden aspects of a game they love. As the glitch hunters continued their work, they began to realize that they were onto something big. This wasn't just a minor glitch or a small exploit. It was a way to obtain one of the rarest Pokemon in the game through unconventional means. It was like finding a secret passage in a familiar house, one that led to a room you never knew existed. The discovery process was filled with trial and error, setbacks, and moments of excitement when new breakthroughs were made. Each step forward in understanding the glitch brought new challenges and questions to be solved. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive into the specifics of the Celebi egg glitch. Remember how we mentioned that special egg? Well, it's time to learn how to get one. To start, you'll need 2 Sneasels, but not just any Sneasels. These need to be trained to level 57 and have the move Beat Up in the 3rd slot of their moveset. Why Sneasel? Well, it's one of the few Pokemon that can learn Beat Up naturally, which is crucial for this glitch. Once you have your 2 perfectly trained Sneasels, it's time to play Matchmaker. Put them in the daycare and let nature run its course. The egg you get from this pairing is the key to our glitch. It'll hatch with Beat Up as its 3rd move, which is exactly what we need. But the egg is just one part of the puzzle. The other crucial element is something called a bad clone. Now you might be wondering, what in the world is a bad clone? Well, to put it plainly, it's a glitched Pokemon that has some pretty unusual characteristics. Its name is just a bunch of question marks, and its level is 0. Sounds weird, right? But trust me, this glitchy little creature is essential for making our Celebi egg trick work. Creating a bad clone isn't as simple as pressing a button. It involves a specific process of cloning a Pokemon, but with a twist. The number of Pokemon in your box plays a big role here. You'll want to aim for between 15 to 18 Pokemon in the box you're using for cloning. This sweet spot gives you the best chance of successfully creating a bad clone. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds pretty risky, and you're right to be cautious. This glitch isn't without its dangers. If you're not careful, you could end up with corrupted game data or a bunch of glitch Pokemon running around in your game. It's like walking a tightrope. Exciting, but you need to watch your step. One thing to keep in mind, if your box gets filled at any point during this process, you won't be able to create bad clones. So keep an eye on those numbers, and manage your Pokemon carefully. A slight side note before we continue, however. If you're doing this on an actual Game Boy Color, you want a time when you cut the power to be shortly after the yes-no confirmation box for saving your game fades out if you're playing on Pokemon Gold or Silver. On the other hand, if you're playing Pokemon Crystal, you'll want to time it to just after the text "Saving, don't turn off the power" is fully printed on screen. However, for the purposes of this video, we're using the BGB emulator to showcase this glitch, as it allows the use of breakpoints to time the exact moment you need to cut the power. Or in this case, reset the emulation much more precisely. Now, at this point, you might be feeling a bit overwhelmed. Creating special eggs, breeding specific Pokemon, making bad clones. It's a lot to take in. But don't worry, each step builds upon the last, and before you know it, you'll be well on your way to hatching your very own Celebi. So what's next? Well, we're getting close to the final steps. Once you have your special egg and your bad clone, you'll need to do some careful maneuvering with your party Pokemon and those in your PC. It's like setting up dominoes. Each piece needs to be in just the right position for everything to fall into place. Alright, we've got our special egg and our bad clone, but now it's time for the main event, hatching Celebi. This is where things get really interesting, so pay close attention. First, you'll need to deposit that special egg into a box in your PC. This might seem counterintuitive, but trust me, it's a crucial step. Take your bad clone to the daycare lady or daycare man, deposit it with them, and immediately withdraw it. Remember, this is that glitch Pokemon, with question marks for a name and a level of 0. And now that that's dealt with, we're prepared to move to the next step. It's time to do some Pokemon shuffling. You'll need to manipulate your party and PC Pokemon in a very specific way. This part can be a bit tricky, so take your time and double check each step. The exact process involves depositing and withdrawing Pokemon in a specific order. It's like solving a puzzle, where each piece needs to be in just the right place. After you've set everything up correctly, it's time for the moment of truth. Take that egg out of the PC and start walking or biking around. Keep going until you see the hatching animation. And then, boom! If you've done everything right, a Celebi will emerge from that egg. Now, here's something important to remember. This Celebi will hatch at level 0. That means you can't use it in battles right away. You'll need to raise it to level 2 before it can function normally. But once you do, you'll have a fully functional Celebi, just like one you'd get from an official event. But wait, there's far more you can do with this. The Celebi egg glitch isn't just about Celebi. Depending on the moves and the Pokemon you use during the breeding process, you can actually hatch other rare Pokemon too. For example, if you use Psychic as the third move instead of Beat Up, you'll end up hatching a Gengar. And if you use Splash, well, who would have guessed the most useless move would result in something so powerful? Because you'll hatch a Mewtwo of all things. These variations show just how complex and fascinating this glitch really is. It's not just a simple exploit, it's a deep dive into the inner workings of the game's code. It's like we found a secret backdoor that lets us manipulate the game in ways the developers never intended. The Celebi egg glitch is more than just a way to get rare Pokemon though. It's a testament to the dedication and ingenuity of the Pokemon fan community. Think about it. This glitch wasn't discovered by accident. It took careful observation, experimentation, and collaboration among fans to figure it out. It's a perfect example of how passionate players can push a game to its absolute limits and discover things that even the creators didn't know were possible. This glitch also highlights the complexity of the Pokemon games themselves. On the surface, they might seem simple, but underneath, there's a whole world of intricate code and hidden mechanics. Glitches like this one give us a tiny peek behind the curtain, showing us just how much is going on beneath the surface of these games we love. Now, I know some of you are itching to try this out for yourselves, and I encourage you to do so. It's a fascinating experience, and there's nothing quite like seeing that Celebi hatch from an egg for the first time. But I do want to remind you to be careful. This glitch involves manipulating the game in ways it wasn't designed for, and there's always a risk of corrupting your save data or encountering other unexpected issues. If you do decide to give it a shot, however, make sure you follow the steps carefully. Double check everything, and maybe even practice on a separate save file first. And most importantly, have fun with it. So, now that we've covered the ins and outs of the Celebi egg glitch, it's pretty wild, isn't it? This trick isn't just a random bug. It's a window into the complex world of Pokemon game mechanics. It shows how dedicated fans can uncover hidden depths in games we thought we knew inside out. Speaking of hidden depths, did you know about the GS Ball? It's an item in Pokemon Crystal closely tied to Celebi. Originally meant for special events, though never utilized, it adds another layer to Celebi's mystique. More importantly, however, glitches like this remind us why we love these classic games. They're not just simple RPGs. They're intricate systems with secrets waiting to be discovered. Even years later, we're still finding new things. Have you tried the Celebi egg glitch for yourself? Or maybe you've stumbled upon other Pokemon glitches. Share your experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. And with that, I think our time together has come to its inevitable close. I hope you enjoyed sharing this journey with me and learning how you can obtain Celebi for yourself. If you did, why not show your appreciation by hitting that subscribe button or dropping a like? Both things help me out immensely, and I'm extremely grateful for it. With all that said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.